First of all, that vote is fake as f. That's not a real vote. That's not a real vote. They give it to who they want to give it to. They give it to their darlings.
Cowboy Carter. Beyonce.
Our culture is competitive, man.
Right.
It is, but I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that. Like right now, he's not even competing for a slot. You don't have a new song out that he want to be on the top 10 or top 5, and you still competing. It don't make sense.
It's the price you pay, when you're early in your career, you feel that you have to listen. And when you buck, they buck harder and they make threats. And those threats are huge ones.
There are horrible things that happen every day, whether it be in the industry or not, mentally, emotionally, financially.
50 Cent and Eminem have had enough. And now, they're coming for the Carters. After years of industry politics, shady deals, and behind-the-scenes power plays, these two rap legends are done staying silent. What's really going on? What sparked this sudden attack on Jay-Z and Beyonce? Stay tuned because this is about to get heavy.
Watch 50. Same. 50 did not win Best New Artist at the Grammys.
There was nothing bigger than 50.
Nothing bigger, and nobody since maybe like Snoop came out the gate like that. My first album didn't do it. I never saw someone's first album and the wave happen like he had. And then he doesn't get it. And then I get up there another year, and what was it, the Eminem show? And it was like, whatever. I'm fine if I lose to Kanye or someone that I'm like, okay, I respect that. I know who that is, and Kanye has a huge following, and he's made a massive impact on music. Fine, I'm good with that. But don't get us all here to use your selling point for your show and stiff everybody every single time. And I said, after that point in time, I was like, don't ever ask me to here again. Please do not ask me. My answer is no for 100 million years. Never again will I go to the...
For decades, 50 Cent and Eminem have dominated hip-hop. They've built legacies, battled the biggest names, and never backed down from a fight. But one rivalry has always lingered in the shadows: the tension between them and the Carters. And now, it's reaching a breaking point.
Trey Young, thank you, sir. All the doors that you opened, showed us that we can be rock stars. Seeing you on the Rolling Stone. Obviously, there's Run DMC with the Leathers and the Aerosmith. But when you came out west, you took it to a whole new level. Some of you don't belong in the category. Oh, no, that was it. No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth.
Jay-Z and Beyonce have ruled not just the music world, but the business world too. With their empire spanning music, fashion, and billion-dollar deals, they've positioned themselves as the ultimate power couple. But as they climb to the top, did they burn bridges along the way? 50 Cent and Eminem seem to think so, and they are ready to air it all out.
Look, Jay-Z and them was putting it together. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL has some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You start looking at that's not mine. That's theirs. They harbor it, right? But when you look at M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like with M, Dre, and myself, like I'm shady aftermath. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's so much G Unit Records.
Right.
They forget that I'm M and Dre's artist.
It all started when 50 Cent, never one to hold back, took a direct shot at Jay-Z. Mocking his appearance at the Mufasa, the Lion King premiere, 50 suggested that Jay was trying to distract the world from serious allegations. And he didn't stop there. He even posted an AI-generated video of Jay-Z and Diddy getting arrested, sending shockwaves through the industry. Fans were divided. Some called 50 a troll, while others believed he was exposing an uncomfortable truth about the music industry. But what's undeniable is that his words got people talking. And Eminem, well, he was watching closely.
But consider joining the board and maybe you have a vote in it?
First of all, that vote is fake. That's not a real vote. That's not a real vote. They give it to who they want to give it to. They give it to their darlings. This got critical acclaim, but it sold 2 records. It ain't about always what you sell. I get that, Vanilla Ice, I understand. You know what I'm saying? But there comes a point where when an overwhelming something comes along that has this wave and impact on music, and you give it to Lada Dottie. Who? Lada Dottie. It's only Lada Dottie.
But this feud didn't start overnight. Let's rewind. 50 Cent has never been a fan of Jay-Z. Back in the early 2000s, they threw subliminal shots at each other. 50 called Jay out for being too corporate and accused him of blocking other artists' success.
This is why I was saying I knew what old boy was doing, right, with the Super Bowl, because he was doing go ahead. He was doing some wild because he was saying that to Eminem that the NFL had the issue with me, and I'm like, well, what's the issue? I don't have an issue when I'm becoming a partner in the actual team, but they got an issue with my performance. Right? Makes no sense. You know what I mean?
I was going to get to that later, but since we're here now. And when he says old boy, for the audience that don't, talking about Jay-Z, this was discussed before. Jay-Z told Dr. Dre, just for people who's not up on this, or Eminem, that he didn't want you to perform part of that Super Bowl they had a couple years ago. Why do you think that is?
Well, I just
threatened.
Possibly. Not even threatened. I think it's just when you take the competition from our culture is competitive, man. It is, but I think when it goes past the music itself to blocking things in business, then I don't understand that. Right now, he's not even competing for a slot. You don't have a new song out that he wanted to be on the top 10 or top 5, and you still competing. It don't make sense. What are we competing for? What's the goal? This even a lot of even a lot of the competitive stuff, or what we would call it beef, right? It changed. That terminology changed when it's Biggie and Tupac, because we start saying the things that people would say that cause beef in the environment. When before that they called it battling in our culture. Right. Because that's what it is until it turns into some street shit. So when you're not competing for those things anymore, and you start looking and you're going, so what was the problem? You can't exactly remember what the problem was. That's what I went through with Joe.
And Eminem? Well, he's always been vocal about industry politics. From his battles with media giants to his open criticism of powerful figures controlling the charts, Eminem has been a rebel in the game. But could the Carters have played a role in keeping him from reaching new heights? Some fans seem to think so. Eminem might not be as loud as 50 Cent, but make no mistake, he's been watching. His history with Jay-Z goes all the way back to Renegade. Remember when Nas said Eminem murdered Jay-Z on his own track? That moment fueled tension between them for years. But it wasn't just about bars. Some insiders believe Jay-Z's connections in the industry worked against Eminem's influence, limiting opportunities for him and his Shady Records artists.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those fucking trophies, trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
This guy. You're gonna let him say that? Jay was getting Grammys. You're gonna let him say that?
he had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he ain't show up.
No, he has like 20 now.
Hold on.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
Hold on. You're not wrong. At the same time.
He got like drinking his pictures with him. It's the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades. Because he's no longer viewed as like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Right? You were connected to the biggest.
Jay got. Oh, wow. So that's the deal.
Yeah, that's the deal. Like, the other ones didn't count as much as that one did.
Could this be why Eminem is letting 50 Cent lead the charge in this latest attack? So why now? Why are 50 Cent and Eminem turning up the heat in 2025? Well, some say it's because of Jay-Z's increasing involvement in industry decision-making. With his business empire growing, some artists feel he's pulling strings behind the scenes, deciding who wins, who loses, and who gets left out. And let's not forget about Beyoncé. She's not just a singer, she's a powerhouse who moves the culture. Could her influence be a factor in this war? 50 Cent and Eminem may have some thoughts on that. So here's the question. What happens now? Will Jay-Z and Beyoncé respond? Will this turn into an all-out war in hip-hop? One thing's for sure, 50 Cent and Eminem are not done talking, and we'll be here, breaking it all down. Some think Jay-Z and Beyoncé will stay silent. Others believe we might get some cryptic lyrics in their next albums. But one thing's certain, this is hip-hop, and beef like this never truly dies. What do you think? Is 50 Cent just trolling, or is there something deeper going on? And will Eminem finally step up and drop some bars on the Carters? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update.